Buy cheap and safe NBA 2K22 MT at NBA2King.com. You can use code Excapar, that's EXCAPAR, for 5% off your entire purchase. Alright, so as promised, we are doing the best badges to add to all of these wonderful Hunt for Glory Lunar New Year cards, including Galaxy Opal Yi, Pink Diamond Wang Chi, Diamond OJ Mayo, Strollmile Swift, and Jared Sullinger. So if you guys are excited, hit that like button down below. Comment what you guys think. We did a gameplay right before I left for class on Wang Chi. If you guys want to check that out, link in the description will be down below. So I understand most of you guys are probably going to want a badge of, Yi and Wang, but I'm still going to cover all of these guys just in case, some people, want a badge of everybody. So we're going to start it off with our man, Jared Sullinger right here, 6'9", 7'1" wingspan. Remember him at Ohio State cooking it up. He's actually a pretty good card, I'll say that, because he has really nice jumper and jump shot 38 on quick for a good center. And I think one of the biggest, things I think for this Jared Sullinger that's going to be big for him is adding a glue hands, because he is a really good shooter. He's actually a really good screen man. He's going to be a good roll guy. But glue hands is that badge that allows you to get those better catch animations, which obviously you want if you're going to have a catch and shoot, pick and pop guy, and to even help you get good catches on rolls, so you're not, fumbling the ball when you're actually running to the paint off of those screens. So glue hands, I think, is going to be one of the most crucial badges really to have on this Ruby Jared Sullinger, and it's stupid cheap as well, so really anybody can kind of add it onto him, which I think is really nice. And then I think Unstrippable, because again, we are a big man. We are going to try to, play in the post a little bit. He has really good post game. He's got good finishing. Unstrippable just allows you to not get ripped as much when you're going to the basket. And I think those two key badges really are going to help him out. And then that last one, I would kind of toss it up between if you're going to use Limitless Spot Up so you can shoot deeper with Jared Sullinger, or a Deadeye just so those contests don't happen as often. Jump shot 38 on quick is nice, but it still isn't like insanely fast, so Deadeye can still be a really helpful badge. So that's what I would lean towards for an Unstrippable Deadeye. And with and glue hands, it really makes Sullinger really nice. And honestly, I think he's going to be a good card once you do that. Strollmile Swift is up next with his Delino Gallinari base on quick, and he has the quick dribble style with that IT combo at 6'9" to play your power forward, which is pretty nice. And he actually comes with quick first step, which is pretty solid. Now, obviously you can see that Strollmile Swift is coming with defense and finishing, so obviously I think most of us kind of know where this one's going. We have a good jumper on quick. We have a 70 shot 3. We move it with a good coach boost. Now we have a 75. So the first badge you got to add on to Strollmile Swift, because we can add 4 of them, is going to be catch and shoot and obviously sniper. These two together are going to be really key badges that are going to help him out a bunch in being, an absolute knockdown shooter. And then Deadeye. Those 3 badges, I think, together mixed with set shooter are really going to make him a super consistent shooter that can really make most of his shots if need be. With that Delino Gallinari base. And the reason we're adding Deadeye as well is because the Delino Gallinari base kind of brings you closer to the defender whenever you're shooting it. Kind of, I don't know, just pulls you closer a little bit. And I think that, Deadeye are having it at all is really going to help. And then this last badge is kind of up to you. Now, those 3, just to make him shooting, I think are like universal across the board. But you can add a playmaking badge for your last one onto Strollmile Swift if you plan to use him as a little bit more of a dribbler. If you just plan on using a lot of moves getting into the basket, handles for days can be really nice to, limit how much stamina he's using. Quick chain if you feel like he's just not, dribbling as often, or maybe even a needle threader if he's going to be passing the ball a lot. You never know. Or hyperdrive if you're really trying to, make those dribbling moves count. Personally, I might go for a menace play or a pick dodger, playing him at my power forward, just because you never know, people are starting to run LeBron and KD as their power forward, so I would want that menace just to guard them a little bit better. But it's up to you. But my personal pick would be catch and shoot, sniper, Deadeye, and menace. But I would also sub like a handle for days if you want to dribble him with a little bit more. Next up is OJ Mayo with one of the fastest jumpers right now. Jump shot 49 on quick, which is awesome. I actually really like this jumper. But they killed him with that base dribble style, which is actually pretty tough. So what I think we should really do with our 5 badges is, first off, give him a chef and a limitless spot up. Really try to jump in and make him more of a Michael Red card, where we're really going to be a crazy good shooter, because he can't play the point guard position. But, my personal opinion is that OJ Mayo is going to work best as an off-ball catch-and-shoot threat because of that base dribble style. And that's not to say you can't use him as a PG. He can be good. I just don't think it's, insanely useful for him. So chef, limitless spot up, and then we have to have brick wall because we are 6'5". We're probably gonna get pupped a little bit, and we want to help that out, as well as having an interceptor and intimidator for the total of 5 badges. Brick wall, so we're not getting pupped. You know, it helps limit those back downs. You can set some screens if you want to. I know there's some plays which have the guard set screens for each other, which is pretty nice. Interceptor, just because it helps you steal those balls out of the air, and he has an 88 steal. Then intimidator is just one of the best badges across the board for anybody playing defense. And I think once you do that, you can have a pretty solid all-around OJ Mayo, honestly. They can do a little bit of everything. But if you wanted to as well, you could sub maybe an interceptor for like a quick chain. If you want to do some dribble moves with him, I just don't think it's going to be too effective with that base dribble style. Next up is our wonderful man, Wang Chi. Now, Wang Chi actually has a lot of the badges that you would expect to have, you know, on a card of his size, and a lot of badges that you could add to, I guess, change up how he's going to be playing. So, yeah, when you have a 7-foot guy like Wang Chi with a 7'4" wingspan that's as good as he is, he's kind of already solid. But we have jump shot 28 on that normal timing, same one as, you know, Mark Price and Gordon Hayward. And there's one thing I think out of the gate that you have to focus on, and that's his finishing. Now, there's a few badges that you could add here to really make him crazy. I think the first off that you have to add are Posterizer and Unstrippable. Posterizer, obviously, I think we can all kind of know what that does, but if you don't, it helps you dunk over people, man. We have a 90 standing dunk, we have an 80 driving dunk, we have an 85 driving dunk tendency, a 75 standing dunk tendency. I don't know why that's so low, but we don't have Posterizer. We're going to need to boost that up, so we really get those Posterizers out there just dunking everybody. And Unstrippable allows it so that you're not actually getting stripped as often. You know, you do a drop step and on the guard or whatever, and they press square and the ball just flies out of your hands. Unstrippable is really going to limit how often that happens, and these two together I think are going to be really solid for him. The next one that I would personally add is a Deadeye, because jump shot 28 is a nice jumper. It is a super smooth, super easy to time jumper, but it is a little bit slow. So I think Deadeye can help you with those late contests, making them not mean as much. And you mix that with blinders on a guy his size with, you know, Hall of Fame catch and shoot, and I think it's gonna be really good out there. Now, for these last badges, you can kind of pick what you want. I mean, you could add a chef if you imagine dribbling with him a little bit. I don't really recommend it. I personally would add a clamps on to Wang Chi because, you know, he does have a 76 perimeter defense, and he is 7 foot. So if he ever gets switched out into somebody that's a little bit faster than him, clamps will help you, you know, get those bump animations and stay with them a little bit more consistently in general. So I don't think that'll be too bad for him, because he already has some pretty good defensive badges. Really one of the ones that he's missing. And then the last badge, I think it's the last two badges, I personally would lean towards a fast twitch, just because fast twitch helps you get those, you know, layups and dunks, or specifically layups off. You know, those late game scenarios or late shot clock scenarios that you really need to, and just get the shots up quicker in general, which is really helpful to, you know, just get off. You know, imagine you're in clutch time, you got like 1 second left, you pass it down to your center, and you need that shot to just get up to the hoop quick. Fast twitch is the badge that allows you to just fling it up and make the shot. So I think that's pretty crucial, especially when you mix that with Posterizer and Unstrippable, and then having that Deadeye. And then this last badge is one that I've really kind of tossed around. I'm not really 100% sure what I think it works with. Now, because he has quick first step, he has 78 in the speed. Downhill can be a pretty useful badge that speeds up how quickly you're getting down the court on like a fast break scenario. But at the same time, how often are you going to have it in his hands? It's really going to drain his stamina. I don't really know if it's going to be that crazy. You could add something like a chase down artist, because he has rim protector, he has an 84 block. Maybe you're behind somebody, you think, you know, chase down artist is really going to help you block those shots. You know, valid or pick dodge, you think you're going to go through screens. Tireless Defender as well can be pretty nice, but the badge that I think is going to be the most useful is going to be Unpluggable. Now, this allows you to actually hold the ball with Wang and move around a screen or two, or just dribble it from the 3-point line whenever you catch it and not get immediately stripped. And as somebody was using him in a gameplay yesterday, he was getting stripped pretty consistently. Like, people would just, you know, have anybody on him press square, and the ball would kind of just fly out of his hands. So I think that Unpluggable is kind of just that one that I think can really help him out. So mixing that with Unpluggable, Deadeye, Unstrippable, Posterizer, and Fast Twitch, I think those are the badges to go for. Then last but not least, we have Zhong Liang. Hopefully I'm still saying that relatively correctly. It's a great 7-foot power forward. It's going to be super fun. But first off, you got to add Posterizer onto our mans. I mean, we have jump shot 70, normal timing. We have 85s in both dunking. Now, Posterizer, please get that on him, as well as Unstrippable. Again, we're using a big man who's 7 foot. We need Posterizer and Unstrippable. Those are two of the best badges to have for a big man. And then glue hands. Every single time. We've talked about it. This guy is going to be a perfect pick and roll man. He has 85s in both dunking, a 93 shot 3, and 91 midi, and we don't have glue hands. We need that. And one of the most important badges to have, and those 3 in general are just insanely good. And then I think we also have to add a clamps onto him, because he can play the 4 and he can play the 5, and he's going to be great at both of them. So the clamps just can help us stick with any of those guys in case we need to. And then that's all 4 badges. We have Posterizer, Unstrippable, glue hands, and clamps. These last 2 are really, up to you. Hyperdrive if you want to. I mean, I don't think it's going to be helpful too much. I would lean towards a chef, just because, you can catch the ball, at the 4-point line, take a step or 2 over, and then chuck it up and probably, make it pretty consistently. And then maybe a drop stepper, just so you can get those post moves against some of those taller guys and be a little bit better at, the paint mashing. Not that we love the paint mash, but it helps a little bit. So that's kind of what I'd lean towards. Or maybe a menace if you plan on making him, a full-time power forward. But my personal picks would be Unstrippable, Posterizer, Drop Stepper, Glue Hands, right? That's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 with clamps, and then I would go 6 with chef, just because I like to check it out a little bit deep. We'll have some fun with it. And I think once you do that, Yi is already a crazy card. I just think once you add those 2 badges, you're gonna be crazy. So hopefully you guys do enjoy this video, and you can go ahead and fully badge out some of your cards. I'll probably be dropping a how to best badge up the moments of the month cards a little bit later from this, right before I go to class. We'll see how that goes, but let me know what you guys think about it down in the comment section below. Like the video if you guys did enjoy or you found it helpful, and hit that subscribe button if you are new to the channel. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.